We have another tool that's similar to fillet, but instead of changing two lines at the same time, we're only going to change one of the two lines. This is the extend and trim function. In the action bar, I'll hit extend. We only have one sub action to choose from. And just like we normally do, we can look at the command bar and see the steps that we need to do to execute this function. Step one, I select the line that I want to extend or trim. So I want to change the blue line. I want to make it longer so it meets the red. I pick it first. Then step two is I select the element I want to extend or trim to. That's the red. With a second click, we see the blue line gets longer and meets the red line. Now, we made one longer. Let's shorten it by using the trim function. So I'm going to pan down a little bit, and we've got two lines. Let's pretend, again, we're going to modify the blue line. And on the example on the left, I want to keep the long portion, the portion below the red line. The example to the right, we're going to keep the short section at the top. The way you tell LT3 Raptor what portion of the line you want to keep is by picking that one first. So we're still in extend and trim. I'm going to keep the long portion of the blue line on the bottom. So I click on that side of the red line, then I click the red line. Super simple. Over here, we want to keep the top. So I click on that side, then the red line, and it trims accordingly. So we can extend or trim using the same function. So if you've used our legacy software, you're going to notice that we've flipped the order of steps around. This is based on customer feedback. Lots of folks have requested this, and it also matches other major applications in our trade, the order of operations that you would use in those other pieces of software. This is a change that requires a little bit of practice, and it will become natural again. That was my experience. So just to review, first, we pick the line that we want to change. Second, we pick the line that defines the line length. While editing the drawing, we want to get you up to speed on the all-important erase tool. Sometimes you're going to do a simple erase. We'll erase a whole element with one tap. We'll also sometimes erase a portion of a line. We call this erase segment. We also will erase everything on the page. Erase is my favorite time to talk about the pan lock button. This is that button that's just down there in the corner of the screen. Okay, it'll help us select things that are hard to reach on a touchscreen. So let's jump into the screen. First, I want to just erase our dimension lines. For whatever reason, we'll just tap erase directly below capture. Just click on them once and they're gone. Really simple. Now, this little cross here, if I want to erase that, again with a mouse, it's really easy. I just get that fine point right on there and we see whatever I'm about to erase. As I hover over it, it highlights, so I can select that. And it's gone. Let's undo. It's easy with a mouse, but with my big fat fingers, it's a little trickier. So, I've got the touch screen set up right here. Usually this is mounted right on top of the laser. With one hand, I'm going to press the pan lock button. With my other hand, I will highlight by touching the screen and moving around in different areas. We see different elements highlight. Just land on the element you want. I'm going to lift my right hand and that element is erased. Really, really simple. I just think it's much better than the old way of doing things. Let's best fit out and let's move on. We want to erase just a portion of a line here. In this example, the farm sync was installed out of square to the front edge. So we just use the offset function after capturing the sync itself, and we've got these lines to erase. So let's zoom in. When I'm trying to get on finer details, I do like to zoom in so I can shed some light on the situation and see what we're working with here. So erase, segment. Let's get the blue line first. So our snap points, which are endpoints of a line,
midpoints, or intersections. Those are those little magnetic points that wherever I touch, the closest snap point is what we will change or modify. So if I'm closer to the light blue line that represents our finished flat polish on the farm sink opening, it would not be the line that I want to erase a part of or a segment of. I want to make sure I'm closer to the darker blue line. I select that point there. And as I come across, we see there's that second point. Click there, and we've erased that segment of the dark blue line. Once again, I want to show you what to do with the pan lock. Let's get the tablet. I'm going to hold the pan lock button and start touching the screen with my other hand. The closest geometry I'm going to get to is this one here. I let go. We selected that point. Tap again. We'll come over. Not there, but right there. Let go. We've erased that segment. Really simple, easy to use. I love this pan lock button when I'm trying to select those fine details and I'm working on the touchscreen. Last but not least is the erase all. I'm going to best fit for maximum effect. And when we click most of these sub actions here, we would then edit on the drawing or follow the directions. This one doesn't give you that extra time. As soon as you press, it erases everything on this page. If you did not mean to do that, don't leave the page. Just press undo. It'll come right back. So again, in this lesson, we went over erase, which is going to help us with single elements. We can erase segments. We can erase all. And we went over the pan lock button when you're trying to find those tight little details on the touchscreen.